Begin countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. And welcome to The Escape. This is episode number 6. My name is Nick. And Adam's frozen. Oh, hey, we lost Adam. So, looks like we'll wait for Adam to hopefully rejoin here, but let's get Adam back on. He just left. Looks like we're gonna. It's a great way to start the show. So let's start sending Adam another invite. All right. So, but tonight we are supposed to be talking about the new Batman movie. We will be fixing The Dark Knight Rises. That'll be more Adam's baby on that one. So, yeah. All right. I sent you another invite. So. Don't matter. Just something. Okay. So let's see here. There he is.
Yeah, that wasn't the cat's fault either. I was like, la la. Wait, what's going on?
Well,
No internet.
Well, let's kind of start over just a little bit. So I was trying to redo. I was like, Adam's not there. So,
but I was lost in space.
Well, welcome back. Well, we are doing the Escape number 6. I was saying tonight we are going to be fixing The Dark Knight Rises, and like I said, that's going to be led mainly by Adam because I thought it was a good movie, but Adam's our resident Batman expert, so I'll let him take lead on that one. Plus, we'll be talking about some of the news that we have. There's not a ton, but there's a couple of things I do want to talk about. But obviously, we will be talking about the usual suspects. We got comics, action figures, a lot of action figures to talk about today, and just whatever else we want to talk about. So, yeah. So, like I said, my name is Nick,
and I am Adam.
And so,
5 years I was on an island, and I lived in hell, and now I'm back to take my city back.
All right. So back in the news, or I should say, sort of the unfortunate usual suspects in the news is another fandom is under attack, Adam.
Which one now?
The Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, I heard about this, or you told me about it.
Well, it's kind of, I thought it was one of those things because I mean, all they've done is release a trailer, but here's the thing. So, like, there's levels to fandom, and I will use pools or bodies of water as my example. So, like, Batman's kind of, how many issues of Batman are there now? Like, well, there's Detective Comics, and
Detective Comics is beyond 1,000.
Yeah, I say we're over 1,000 issues. So I'll say, like, Batman is like a lake, maybe a smaller lake, but a lake. Star Wars, I'll say it's kind of like an Olympic-sized pool. Especially it's gotten a little bit deeper with the expanded universe and all the cartoons and all the animated series, and now we're up to what, 9 movies. And then there's certain fandoms where it's like a kiddie pool. Like I'll put, let's say, Peacemakers like in the kiddie pool right now.
Sure.
Tolkien lore, you're talking, that's like an ocean. That's an ocean of between books and movies and lore. I mean, when Tolkien literally took time to write, different languages, and literally his entire life work is crafting this universe.
Sure.
So there's a Tolkien society that meets once a year to make sure that the lore, just to learn more about the lore. And I mean, it's pretty intense. It's a little more than I'm willing to go, because like I don't even read, like I love Star Wars. That's my thing. I love Star Wars. But like when it comes to the books and everything, I'm like, I'm gonna pass. Like I
Okay.
like I like the movies. I try to sit down and read some of the books, and I'm like, is there anything worse than trying to read some sci-fi? Because like you're trying to, like, oh, what's this alien's name? And there's like Q's and apostrophes and clicks, and
Oh,
I'm just like,
sure.
and that's science fiction I like. And then there's crap science fiction, and you're like, oh, this is awful. I'm not reading this. So
I'm not into reading science fiction, to tell you the truth. I'm into
science,
reading like suspense or
such a hard read. It's so
yeah.
hard.
I mean, actually, for me, it's a hard sell on shows too. I like Firefly. I've been told I need to see Battlestar Galactica,
You
and
do.
I believe everybody with that one. Um, I'm a Star Trek fan from way back, and I love Star Wars, just like you do. It's funny, we have almost, I think we would say, I would say you and I have like equal love for Star Wars, but for different sides of the different pieces of that universe. I still love Jedi's though. I mean, I do, but I want to see some space pirates, man. Anyway,
Yeah.
uh, sorry. Anyways, I found a tangent right there. See, I love Star Wars. So what? Okay, so what did they do?
Well,
What?
here's so that being said, it's very much set up based off of you know European mythology
Yeah.
specifically. It's very white.
Well,
In its
yeah.
mythology. Just like Norse mythology, it's very white. Just like I would assume African mythology would be very black or dark skin when it comes to the mythology.
Uh,
So when this trailer comes out and you got black elves, you got black uh
so it's a
dwarves, and it's just you got all these different things. Be like, oh, okay, so we're not sticking to the mythology, we're not sticking to the Tolkien lore. We're just gonna, okay, so we're gonna start, once again, not playing the politics game, but we're gonna start checking some boxes. And it's like, oh, okay.
well. That's really the worst part about it. What's funny to me is you'd say it's like very European lore,
Yeah,
and it is. Yeah, you're right.
I
With
mean, he's from England, so
exactly, and that's where all the trolls and all that kind of mythology will come from, and fairies. But what's funny is like you just said, there's going to be like there's going to be different races of the small people and all that stuff. It's like, oh, so it's if it was written by an American who grew up in America.
yeah. And
Because America is the only place. I mean, not the only place, but I mean, the America, is has a lot of different types of people. So is
well,
Canada.
well, I
So
mean,
okay, so let me say North American continent.
well, I
So
would I would say between, especially the last few decades, even Britain, England, the UK become far more diverse than it has been in the last few decades. But that's always, I know what you're saying, because America's always been the melting pot. That's always been our thing.
but it's not a melting pot over in like 1500s fucking Europe. Okay, so that's the thing.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Exactly. So we're like, oh, okay.
I
Now,
will. I love this idea on one condition, that where it takes place in the normal Lord of the Rings time, right? You know, way back in the day, right?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm learning because there's like, dude, there's so many. There's different time periods. There's so many different.
As
uh
long as there's a Walmart and a McDonald's in it, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but no Starbucks. So
Wait, what, you don't like Starbucks?
I'm just saying maybe it wasn't around back then. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So, but that's there's a lot of backlash from, the networks already say, well, you're not ready for this, or feel like, and Tolkien fans are saying, hey man, just stick to the script, stick to the lore, and we won't have a problem. But as with anything nowadays, and especially since uh, I believe it was Tolkien's son who was really holding on, had a firm grasp, was the last one to have the any power as to what was being made. Um, he passed away, and it seemed like one of those things. As soon as he passed away, then Netflix went, or not Netflix. I'm sorry, Amazon went into high speed mode for, hey, let's just start, let's go,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of there's a lot of different uh between distribution rights, who owns what, because there is so much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of gray in this, but it basically, if you're a Tolkien fan and you expect to see exactly what's in the Tolkien lore, you're probably gonna be disappointed, and you're probably gonna get called some type of phone. So
Did you hear about what's going on with the Anne Rice show? It's going to be coming out soon. I'm going to watch it,
I haven't
but
no, I haven't heard about that at all.
it's Interview with a Vampire, and you talk about shit in the bed. Like, you can't. I'm sure he's a fine actor and all that kind of stuff, and I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to, if he's a bad actor, then I won't like him. If he's a good actor, whatever he pulls off. If the all right, let's just get out there and say Louis. They've cast a black man to play Louis
Okay.
in 1700s New Orleans.
Probably not going to go well for
Well, you see, he's respected, which I don't think there were any African Americans respected in those days in Louisiana, because New Orleans was a horrible place for the slave trade, dude. Like, it was like one of the biggest stops. So, anyways, he owned a brothel. That's what they're gonna say, is that Lewis owned a brothel and he didn't own Pond du Lac, which was his plantation that he owned. So he went from a plantation master to the black guy. And he's a good looking black guy, I'll tell you that right now. I mean, he's got, like, when Stat looks at him and all that kind of stuff. I'm just wondering what's his motivation for, like, wanting to die. Are they going to say it was his brother that was? Because in the book it was his brother, not his wife and child. Um,
Oh, that's
so
interesting, because I mean, I understood the wife and child thing.
yeah, see, he was hard on his brother. His brother felt like he was spiritual, and that maybe, like, he had the gift of prophecy or something like that, and he wanted to go be I think he wanted to be. I know Lestat at one point wanted to be a priest, but he wanted to go do something very crazy with his life, and, like, Louis refused him. He's like, "You're not doing it." And then, he suddenly died, and he kind of blamed himself for his death. So
That's interesting.
so it's just, but it's dumb. It's dumb to say, well, so you're changing history. You know what I mean?
Well, that
And
was the thing that the BBC tried to do. They tried to have an Anne Boleyn TV show with a black Anne Boleyn. It's like, okay, let's not. There's change. You can, certain things you can change in the stories, but you can't change history. You simply can't.
you could do that in a musical.
Yeah, TV
You could
show.
do that in a musical, like a TV show that's trying to tell a story. I don't think it's respectful to the audience. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't be the only guy, only not the only guy, but the only person in this world who knows that New Orleans was a fucking atrocious place for the slave trade. It was ridiculous.
Right.
That's fucked up. So I don't know. That's just to even come out and say, well, not this guy.
Yeah, it's just well, and really, Adam, I'll let's do this. When did it become okay for the directors or actors of a film to start attacking fans because they didn't like their product? Because that's really the issue. It's really like, hey, because it used to be we're going to listen to the fans. If we're going to, if the fans don't like it, well, the fans know what they like. Now it's like, if the fans don't like it, be like, no, you're wrong. Like, wait a second, it's not how this is supposed to go. And I don't know if it's one of those advents of social media so that everybody can unfortunately be heard sometimes, but or if it's just one of those this is kind of how it's always been, but now you're just face to face with it.
A lot of those executives are probably around our age, or with a tolerance of 5 years earlier or 5 years ahead. And look what we were like growing up. Not specifically you and I, but look what it was like going to school and all that kind of stuff. Nothing but defiance all around.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like, they're losing money. Like, when it
I
comes
don't
to,
know.
like, when hey, let's take over this product, and okay, so let's see what the fans have to say. Oh, fans don't like it. F those guys. That's, and
They
not
just
not
don't get
and
my vision.
and not only screw you, you're racist, you're a homophobe, you're a bigot, and I'm like, I just didn't like
I'm
your
none of
comic
those.
book.
I'm
I
not,
just
I'm none of those
I
things.
just didn't like your songs, or I didn't like, I just thought your movies sucked. Write better.
Yeah, yeah. Give me a break. Well, that's crazy.
And I think I really hope the tide is turning on some of that, because I think it's starting to be like, hey, no, we're seriously losing money, and we should, listen to the fans just a little bit more.
Yeah, and you know what makes me mad too, and I've said this in our very, very early shows, the Nick and Adam show. Uh, if you ever read, uh, and he created it, Greg Rucka's run on Batwoman and the Kate Kane stuff, like you hear of her being a lesbian character, but then you read it and it's not. It's just, well, she is, but just the people she's interested in her romance life are women. But then when she's Batwoman, she's fucking Batwoman. It's that's it. Bruce Wayne is a playboy who happens to like women, and well, that doesn't really matter when the cape and cowl is on. With maybe one exception, and that's Catwoman. But my point is, they had a perfectly good. Not only did they have a perfectly good, they had a really good character to use to even have like the LGBTQ community be proud of. Not to mention, I love I'm not in that community, but I love that character, and they just shit the bed left and right with it. Just terrible.
Well,
Just it was,
isn't that what they're doing? Is that America Chavez that they cast, and then they're complaining? I mean, they cast a Latina actress into the
right,
role, but they're
right.
saying she's too white, and it's like,
Who?
the internet, or whoever is coming after, because I forget, is it America Chavez or who is it? But yeah, it's one of those things where, like, here it is right here. MCU fans claiming casting of, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce this young lady's name. It begins with an X. Uh, actually, let me bring this up real quick so that people can see what we're talking about here. So, MCU fans claim casting of Miss Gomez as America Chavez is colorist, harass actress for being too light skinned, and wrong ethnicity. Following her debut in the recent Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer, a number of Marvel fans have taken issue with Gomez's casting as America Chavez, and in one case, outright harassing her over it, over
What
their
the
belief
fuck?
that the over their belief that the Mexican actress is both too light skinned and wrong ethnicity to play the Puerto Rican superhero.
What the fuck happened in this world?
And here's the shame of it all. The 15-year-old Gomez made her
Oh
first
my
proper
god!
but not yet full Marvel Cinematic Universe appearance in as Chavez on February 13th with such shots as her being trapped by a demonic entity running from Giganto and traveling through the multiverse alongside Doctor Strange, briefly appearing throughout the latest trailer for the Master of Mysticism's upcoming sequel. So they're
You
okay.
know,
Here's the thing right here. So on whitewashed America Chavez, I'm so sorry what they did to him. Like, I'm not an expert in things, but that young lady's not. She's not white. I'm sorry if she's too light skinned for you, but who's this? Claudia Emmy Bar, just like Wakanda. It's like, what the hell is wrong with people?
and one other thing, she's 15 years old. You're talking to a child like that. You're literally hurting a kid's feelings.
And here's one of the things that they have two pictures right next to each other, and in this picture, the character's a little bit darker skinned than the actress. It's like, um, that's because the colorist just probably went a little darker with the shading for more contrast. I mean, here's one of those.
Exactly. There's no fucking.
I mean, let's not look too hard into it. And it's also one of those things, and this is a son of a bitch of it all. It's one of those things where these people literally just Googled an image of America Chavez, and then that's the one they're going with. They never picked up a damn book in their life. They never bought a comic book in their life. They never supported a comic book or an artist, but yet they're taking an opportunity to take out on a child, and it's freaking ridiculous, man.
It is ridiculous. It's all. This is all a bullshit.
Because well, this is a stupid thing about I'll say 95% of the people who sit here and bitch about things on comics or go and really try and deplatform or cancel these people. They never bought a comic book in their life, and they won't buy a comic book after the movie. So I mean, if you really really wanted to support the character, this ain't the way. Go, buy tickets. Don't buy tickets, but you know buy a comic book. But I mean, for the most of these people, like I said, have never bought a comic book in their life. Now, there's some, of course, but the vast majority of these people jumping on this bandwagon, I guarantee never bought a comic book. Never tried to support, a story.
or read one issue to issue, or
and
actually like fell in love with a
yeah,
character, or
fall
transported themselves to another
well, that's
world.
it. Fall in love with the character. Trying to support that character. Try and support, the artist and the writer for, to get these stories made and had it fall through, and had a story get canceled. Yeah, it's bullshit. And that's the stuff that freaking bugs me the most, man.
Give America Chavez. I can't pronounce Chavez her own movie, and fuck you guys.
Freaking shame of all. And
You know, she can create
there's
portals and go through the multiverse.
that's the thing. Well, and here's the thing too, because it now it depends on, because I've heard it two ways. I've heard she's not even human, where she was an alien, but then I heard it got retconned where she's a human with these powers. So I honestly I don't follow Marvel well enough to to get into it, but it's one of those things where, like, guys, it's a freaking comic book, and if this is the shit that you're gonna do, like, if you wonder why Western comics is dying and everybody's running to manga and stuff like this, it's literally, this is the reason. You're off putting so many people by going after this child. It's ridiculous.
Hey, you want to talk about, just for briefly, some positive um, Latino news characters or whatever in movies.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll put the last word on it. Leave the kid alone. Let her have her freaking career. Let it go. All right, let's go.
No, I'm with Nick. I think all of you doing this is bullshit. I think most of you wake up. Do you have jobs? Do you have yourself to feed? Because it doesn't seem like that you do. If that's what you're worried about, that she's not dark skinned enough, but she is a Latino girl. That's flat out crackpotted. It's ridiculous. The color of our skin doesn't matter at all. Anyways, that's all. Are you excited to see Sasha Calais or Callie as Supergirl?
Hold on. Let me check after Google. Sasha Callie is that in the movie? The new movie coming up?
The Flash movie, yeah.
See, I don't know. I don't know nothing about her. How do you spell it?
Calle.
So, and that was one of the other things people were. That was another thing they were giving her shit because she didn't look like the stereotypical
Kara
super.
Zor-El.
Yeah,
That's because she's not Kara Zor-El, asswipes.
right. So, but
I think
I
I
think
think
that
she might be Laura Kent.
she was in. So they just have her known for as the Flash,
Yeah.
or and Supergirl as the Flash.
So rumor has it that in the Michael Keaton, okay, in the '89 Batman '89 universe, there never was a Superman, but there was a Supergirl.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of part of some of the people's issues is why introduce this Supergirl versus why not introduce the original Supergirl first? But if they're taking it off that storyline, then
Well, then it would have been her ship that crashed and she was found by the Kents.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, if they call her a certain name, which I think it's Laura, maybe I don't know though, but that would have been originally the because she looks the part with the short hair. They got her with the short hair. She looks the part of Lois and Superman's daughter from another timeline, another world. But anyways, I'm excited to see it. I guess I'm excited to see it predicated on that. I hope it's that there never was a Superman. I hope that she was the one raised by the Kents. I think that would be fucking awesome.
Uh, yeah, I'm not sure if that's like I said, because we had this conversation the other day because about the rumor mill of certain things. I'm just like, yeah, I try and stay out of it. So that's
Right.
one of those movies you know,
I get you.
trying to stay out of too much because I like to be surprised. I like to enjoy my movie going experience. I don't like to know all the everything before I get there.
My eyes just and everything goes away. Goes away. Ah, fuck. I wasn't making fun of gay people. I was just voguing, okay?
Well,
I really wasn't though. So
you're fine. No one's accusing you of anything yet. So, but
cat.
all right. So, what else were we talking about here? So,
Another issue in the news. Something else besides
let's see here.
besides
So,
dicketry.
yeah, let's get that because that one just pissed me off.
Well, it's dicketry.
No, it's cancel culture getting out of control, and it's been out of control, and it's starting to. I mean, when you know what, well-established actors and actresses, you can mess around, but she's a 15-year-old kid. Just leave the hell alone. Oh, I found an article about the Tolkien stuff. So J.R. Tolkien torched a Lord of the Rings film treatment for being treated carelessly, recklessly, and showing it no evident signs of any appreciation of what it all is all about. So that basically sums up the whole Lord of the Rings things. It's just you got all this lore, and they're not even taking any, not taking any care with it. So I did see this article, and I don't think we talked about it, but I'll just read the headline real quick. Pull it up so people can see. So Robert Pattinson wants to see the Court of Owls, Calendar Man, and Robin in potential Batman sequels, and I agree. This is from last week,
It just fell out.
the 16th. So I that is one of my I want to see the Court of Owls done, either in an animated. It was done in an animated movie, but I'd like to see it done in. I'd really like to see it done in really like a 2 or 3, a true really take their time with it, like a trilogy movie, or maybe
More
2 movies.
weak. I mean, and this is why I'm where I'm gonna go with the Dark Knight Rises when we get to it. But man, I really hope that they just. I already know it's done right. I can tell. I can tell.
I was watching. Before we came on, I was watching that trailer, and I watched it twice. I'm like, there's so much, and I'm like, but how many trailers is that now? Is that like the third or fourth trailer? And
Fourth trailer,
and I'm
fourth
sitting
and
there, I'm
final.
like, man, there's still so much where they really don't, they're not really giving you too much, and I'm like, but this isn't bloat at all, because you can tell if they kept reusing the same scenes, trailer after trailer after trailer, you'd be like, well, maybe that's the good parts, but
Yeah,
uh,
Jesus, man, this movie looks great, and we're just about a week away. So
yeah, I'd say we still gotta hammer out our plans for that. We'll do that after the show. We're not going to do that on the show for you guys, but yeah, because Adam and I are going to go see it probably twice before we come out, and we're gonna stream, if not the same night, probably the next day. But
yeah,
the plan is we're gonna give a almost instant reaction in the stream. So
I got nothing to say until that day. Bye. I'm
um,
telling the truth, man. I don't want to do anything. I want to hop in Doc Brown's time machine and get there, watch the
like,
movie.
yeah, I just want to go into like some type of hyperbaric chamber, and
Yeah, the hyperbolic time chamber.
so. Oh, one thing we haven't done in a while, let's check out the box office. Let's see what's going on there.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Oh yes, yes, of course. I know what you mean.
All right. So coming at number 1 right now is Uncharted. And that's the latest Tom Holland movie. Man, that kid's freaking printing money right now. Tom
Mm-hmm.
Holland and Mark Wahlberg star in that. That's a video game adaptation. That won the weekend at 43 million. Dog came in at number 2. Spider-Man No Way Home still hanging in at number 3 with a
Yeah.
domestic $770 million. Death on the Nile came in. It's been out for 2 weeks. Made a 6 million. Jackass Forever. Those poor guys. I don't know if they do it for money or love at this point, but they keep putting out movies that made 5 million last week and it's made 46 million overall. So Scream's hanging in there. Made 77 million. Not too bad.
Yeah.
So, but all right, Adam, let's do a quick prediction. What do you think the opening weekend for Batman's going to do?
Even the opening weekend. I'm not really good at this, but
No, but it's gonna. I mean, obviously, it's not going to do Spider-Man numbers, but I think it's it. I'm mixed where obviously the Batman fans are going to come out, but such a weird thing sometimes because
what do you think?
I'm gonna say. See, I had a number in my head now, but I think it's too high. Hold on, let me go check. What was?
What was your number? Don't cheat. Just what was your number?
350.
Okay, I was about to say 4.
So let me see what did no or what did Spider
About 350.
Man about three? That's what I said. I was saying that about 350. Yeah, because Spider Man No Way Home. Yeah, so that's probably too high because No Way Home brought in 260 million.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah, it's
for
probably
some
too
other.
high then.
Yes,
They're
I was.
both probably too high.
Um, so that's obviously
Then I'm gonna roll with
253.
95 to 120 million, right in there.
I was say I'm gonna shoot for 180. That
Yeah.
I'll adjust it to 180. But I'm I think you're probably gonna be closer because this is one of those Batman movies. Like it is not cartoony at all. It's not. It is dark, dark, dark.
Well,
So
yeah, it's the enigma is okay. Let's talk about the problems it has going uphill.
okay,
It's got an uphill battle because of the Nolan trilogy and because of what Heath Ledger did.
right.
Um, he doesn't have to do too. I mean, everybody. I mean, people love Bale, but by the third movie, that where's the trigger?
Yeah,
That stuff. Like he changed that voice. That voice was not like that in the first movie. It was rough, and Batman changes his voice in the comics. A lot of people don't know that, but it wasn't like that.
no, yeah, that's
It wasn't like that.
no.
It was a lot more subtle in the first one, and the second one when he was talking about. Well, anyways, it was pretty good.
Yeah, but by the third one, it was over the top.
Yeah, we're gonna address a lot of that stuff today. Um,
So
so there's part of the uphill battle. Number two, we just came off of a very popular Batman, Ben Affleck. Stop pressing on my keyboard. I know you're just like a little kid. All right, sorry. We got this little ray of sunshine here. She just wants to pass on the keyboard, but she's good. She's got 2 more days here, and then she gets her cone off. So I know she'll be happy about that. Her incision's healing quite well. So, all right.
that's your latest rescue, right?
Yeah, my latest adoption. I think she rescued me.
Oh,
So, so okay. We just came off of a very popular Batman, Ben Affleck. And I'll tell you what, man, I like Ben Affleck's Batman. I like him a lot. Um, I like Pattinson's suit. I like uh Keaton's suit, and I like Bale's suit. I like those suits. They're great. There isn't a Batman suit that I don't like. If you take the nipples off the other ones, they're fine.
yeah.
Um, but Ben Affleck's suit is the best because it looks like it came right out of the comic book. You know what I mean? Right out of the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Um, and it looks like something Jim Lee would draw. You know, those are the two biggest things I could say is an uphill battle, and maybe
Well,
people not getting it. However, people just saw Spider-Man: No Way Home. Everyone did, obviously. So, like, go pick out someone you don't know and be like, "Hey, you, what's your name?" "My name's Bob. How'd you like Spider-Man: No Way Home?" "I loved it because it's $1 billion movie." So,
well, and we talked about this before. So part of the issue with comparing it to No Way Home, No Way Home is culmination of a trilogy. This is
sure.
the very first, and we're not entirely sure how many movies Pattinson's signed up for yet. But he's talking trilogies. He's talking future movies. So hopefully at least a trilogy. But also, one of those things, unfortunately, and I hate to even bring it up, but
Oh no.
you have to bring it up, is his biggest thing that he's known for is Twilight.
Yeah, that's for people who didn't follow his career though.
No, but there's a bunch of assholes who say, "Oh, the new Batman, is he gonna sparkle? Is he gonna do?" You're like, I hope he sparkles, and I hope he sparkles and punches you in the face. So
Yeah, I really do. The whole it's the guy from Twilight thing, that just holds no weight, no water with me. I don't want to hear it from anybody.
no,
You know what I
because if
mean?
you know what type of, like you said, if you follow, you don't even have to follow his career. You know he's a good actor. Like if your basis is if you're so shallow in pop culture where your only reference for Robert Pattinson is Twilight, then go watch more movies. You know, go.
Exactly.
What's the one with William Defoe? Was it the Lighthouse Keeper? Like, go watch that.
Yeah, The Lighthouse. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lighthouse.
Um, but just okay. So what I was trying to say though about multiverse though was what I was saying.
Yeah,
What I
sorry.
meant was, so everybody saw Spider Man, so maybe they'll look at this and say, "Oh, there's another world with a Batman on it." You know, maybe that. Hopefully, that movie educated people enough to know what a multiverse is, even though we're not talking about that right now. But at least that will clear up some confusion. Like they'll be comfortable going to see it.
So, all right. So, but either way,
I'm all in.
we're
I
we're
can't wait.
we're we're in we're in countdown mode. It's like being on vacation at work. Like we're just cruising right now.
I've got 2 tickets already.
Yeah. So, um, all right. So let's do the thing. Adam, we are fixing the Dark Knight.
Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises.
It's funny that you said The Dark Knight because in order to fix Dark Knight Rises, we got to fix the ending of The Dark Knight.
Well, let's
All we got to do is back it up to the end frame.
so we gotta
Not frame, but
when we so when you say we need to fix something, we need to figure out what the problem is or what's broken. So what's the problems that we have?
okay. So one from Batman Begins all the way through to the end of The Dark Knight, we got Batman straight up. We got to get. I mean, I believed that he was Batman. Then we get to The Dark Knight Rises, and the first thing we find out is that he's been held up in Wayne Manor for 8 years, and he quit because uh, Rachel Dawes died, and they exasperated a lie to keep the mob and the streets clean. Batman would never do that, and so I thought that moving into that kind of a I don't know, area and of a salute. First of all, let me be very clear. I like The Dark Knight Rises. I like it a lot now, and I have for the past 8 years or more. But it's 10 years old this year. Anyways, so that's a problem. That's a big problem. His entire Batman's entire quest is that when he remembers back what happened to his parents in the alley, and the answer is never again. Now he can't do that. He can't accomplish that, but he spends every single part of his day becoming better and going out into the night, putting his life on the line, so that that family makes it home, all in one piece from the movie theater. And that's Batman in a nutshell. But this girl, Rachel Dawes, blows up, and I was fine with them killing her. I was happy about it, and not in a sick way. As soon as I saw it happen, I was like, "Oh man, do you know what kind of Batman we're gonna get in the next movie?"
Right.
No, Adam, what kind of Batman are we gonna get? He's gonna
Pissed.
be out on the streets. He's gonna be breaking jaws. He's gonna be breaking shoulders until Alfred's gonna have to reel him in, and then we get to I'm like, getting ready to watch the first one. I'm like, hey,
No, we get
what the hell is
you
this?
get mopey what's his name?
Uh,
Howard Hughes freaking Batman where
yeah,
he doesn't come out in public. Everything but pissing in jars, but yeah.
yeah. And there's the beginning of your problem right there. 8 years. Batman would never be off the street for 8 years. And two, if he did take the rap for that murder, it still wouldn't keep him off the streets. It wouldn't. For killing Two Face. Another problem. You should have never have killed Two Face.
Well, that's the problem with most especially DC movies. They always end up killing their villains and I'm like Damn it. Stop doing
Yeah,
that.
but yeah, I know, but even in 2008, to kill your main bad guy like that, not your main bad guy, but to kill that bad guy like that without thinking about a future or whatever, or the actual true essence of the character of Batman, even that was like everybody kind of knew, like from killing the Joker in 1989, and then the Penguin dies, and then well, the Catwoman's got 9 lives, she uses 8 of them, but whatever. Um, what's this? They didn't kill the Riddler in Batman Forever. They killed Tommy Lee Jones,
Oh, but he was a
but
vegetable, right?
they wasn't a vegetable. He was just cracked in the head. He was more like
Tomato,
more like he
tomato.
yeah, more like he had a lobotomy
Right.
in a way, something like that. So okay, so that's it. What are your thoughts? So that's the problem so far.
Well, that's part of because first of all, anybody who has done any type of physical activity, where I don't care if you take 6 months off, 8 months off, and then try and go back, dude, your body is a wreck, and they do like acknowledge that, but at the same time, like 8 years, 8 years off of being, you don't just you don't walk back into those shoes, man. That's just like you literally would need a year and a half of training just to be somewhat what you were. And I know they tried to, they added, some electronic stuff like almost robotics to aid them and stuff. But like, yeah, just talking
No,
about the physiology and of the whole thing, it's like okay,
he didn't even have to have a bum leg. Okay, he was wearing the armor when he got thrown from the bat pod. He didn't even have to go there. Um, so then that brings us to Bain. The opening with Bain was awesome, where they destroyed
yeah,
that plane, threw
that
those guys out. That
that
was crazy
that
good.
that was one of the better introductions to a character that you'll see.
Yeah, and across the board,
Yeah,
to anything.
but
I'm okay with him not having Venom if you want to ground it in a reality. Um, I just think that some of the stuff was too far grounded in reality. So I was also okay with him being the one who escaped from the pit, that the prison was his, because I can't remember the name of the Santa Prisca. Santa Prisca was the prison that he was in the comic books. And yeah, he was like 6 years old when he went to prison there because he had to go in his mother's stead because he was born there or something like that. And every night when he was there, the tide would come in through his window and flood his cell, and he'd have to swim to the top and keep breathing. This would happen, on a regular basis, and he'd have to eat the ocean food that came through, like a stray fish here and there. I mean, it was pretty intense. So I would say we got to go that intense, but they don't. He was in the pit, and he was protecting Talia al Ghul. I can't buy that. I can't buy that the League of Shadows leader, his wife, gets put in that pit. I don't buy it.
yeah,
And
the literally the underlord boss of the world, you're gonna
he's
put his
the
daughter in there?
he's the head of the demon. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, no. I don't buy that. And she was born in the prison, yeah, so to speak, because her mom was thrown in the pit because of loving Ra's al Ghul.
yeah.
That's a crock of shit. All right there. And the only reason that any of that happened was to bring Talia into it, to tie up the bow from the first movie, that the ghouls or whatever, their family legacy was to sack Gotham and destroy it. And she hated her father until Bruce murdered him. Redonkulous. Uh, so then that brings us to the end of the movie. Let's talk about Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this movie. He was great. I liked him a lot. I liked the speech that he said to Bruce when he was in this. They were in the study together. About I knew who you were the moment I saw you. You got to learn to practice to smile because everybody understands. They all understand.
Sure.
But then they ask the angry little kid to do something that he can't, and that's to move on.
Right.
So I had to learn to put on a mask, and I saw your mask and all this kind of stuff. That shit was gold, or as George Costanza would say, "Gold, Jerry, gold." But so all of that fits well. See, there were things that fit wonderful about this movie and things that didn't. So this now brings us straight to the ending of the movie. For those of you who know, the bomb's going off.
The nuclear bomb.
The nuclear bomb. This is just like a lot like the No Man's Land, except for No Man's Land was a earthquake that devastated Gotham, and they were let go by the world. They were declared a no man's land. So the whole city's under siege, can't get out of it, or else Bain will blow up the city. All of this should have just been orchestrated by Bain. All of it. It shouldn't have been orchestrated by Talia al Ghul.
Well, let's get into who Bain actually is more in the comics, because I think the average person's view of Bain is he's just a big dumb muscle bound. He's a muscle guy.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he's not a follower. He's a leader. He's always been a leader. He has the intellect that matches Bruce Wayne. He has the intellect that to devise something to potentially defeat Batman. He's not just some dumb muscle. Which in the movie he's not dumb muscle, but that's still not Bane.
He's carrying out a mission for someone else. Gotham was his. When he beat Batman, Gotham was his. Plain and simple. And he came to take that city, and he came to take Bruce's pride and all of that stuff. So yeah, he's a genius, and he wanted the mantle of the Bat because he wanted to be the best. And he's never second fiddle to anybody. Now, the only time he ever was they had this comic miniseries called Bain and the Demon, and that's where Bain had joined up with. And this is where I think they tried to match it, but this never went that way. Where Bain fell in love with Talia, and he was working with Ra's al Ghul, and Talia would never give him the time of day. That's all it was. And I can't remember how that comic ended up, but it sure didn't end up with the two of them working together. There's that.
Isn't that one of those? She's always been, one of Bruce Wayne's love interests, like one way or another.
She's head over heels for Bruce Wayne, but in order to get pregnant with Damian, she drugged him and forced him to have sex with her.
Right. So she's always been much more into Bruce Wayne. She wasn't looking around for anybody else.
Yeah, she calls him her beloved, and there you go, right there. She'd never kill him. Right. She would never do any of that to him. There's a lot more wrong with this movie than I was really to talk about.
That's why we do this. That's why we take two people and we go, hey.
Well, what about this?
What about that,
eh? All right, so let's get to the end of the movie. She stabbed him in the side. She wants him to blow up. She wants him to see the soul, the fire of the souls that he failed to save. Batman takes the bomb. He's getting away. He's defeated Bane, but Bane's ready to get back up. And of course, my girl, Selena Kyle, comes through the fucking door of the bat pod and just fucking guns him down with some like crazy missiles and shit. And she's like, this whole gun thing, no gun thing, that's not gonna work for me.
Yeah. So all right, so let's go back to because I always get pissed about, and we both kind of get pissed about season 3 of Titans, about how they rush through the Red Hood story.
Sure, okay.
Doesn't it upset you a little bit how quickly they rush through the Nightfall, the breaking of the bat? How that storyline's kind of shoehorned in there, and that's the Bane Batman storyline. Nightfall.
There's 3 storylines shoehorned in there. You're right. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go back on my word, man, from 8 years ago. This is a shit movie. Don't see it. No, see it. It's a good movie.
Okay, so but
yes, my answer is yes. I mean,
okay,
Nightfall. You want to talk about Nightfall? Fuck.
So this is we fix it. So how are we gonna fix this? So
okay, so this is how we're gonna fix this movie. We're gonna rewind it back.
Okay.
To I'm gonna give all the audience here a choice too. We're gonna rewind it back to the Dark Knight. And we don't kill Two-Face. Or we do kill Two-Face. But either way, we don't lie about what happened. All right? Even if it means these gangsters get set free, because the Joker's already set a precedent. So we're open for business when it comes to the Riddler. We're open for business when it comes to Scarface.
Okay. And all
those guys.
And all this can happen because we don't have to have Bruce Wayne go all hermit, but he does get out of town. And he goes overseas and has a bit of a fling with Talia al Ghul. How about that?
Okay, I'll buy that.
Okay,
I'll buy that for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So now there's a relationship. It's not forced now. So now we have a little bit of a relationship. So he almost escapes over to the League of Shadows because we can still stick with it. He's distraught. So he goes back to the League of Shadows.
Okay. All right. Let me tell you what I was thinking.
Yeah. Sorry.
So Rachel Doss is dead, and we get it. We have him handle that the same way he handled the death of Jason Todd. He just becomes a shit ton more brutal Batman. And at this point, maybe he goes to the circus, and
I need me another Joker.
Another kid. He sees Dick Grayson's parents die.
Yeah.
And he takes in Dick. And we don't even make Dick Robin until like the end of the movie, kind of a thing.
No, but he starts putting things in place.
Yeah, exactly. He starts getting it. Which means we're going to do a 4th movie, because here we are at The Dark Knight Rises. And then there's Bain. This fucking city's been all over the news. And Bain has but has taken over the Santa Prisca prison. I don't want to change the voice, though. I like Tom Hardy's choice in voice. And I'm okay with leaving Venom out. No Venom.
Can we add the Venom so that it's one of two things? One, because he's got scars there's a reason he's got his mask there. You see the scars. Can we at least have it so that it's a painkiller, but also a thing that helps them, get through the pain. So it helps, but the byproduct is he's freaking jacked.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do the Venom, then we gotta do.
I want to do the damn Venom. Is it?
But I'm not planning on breaking his back at all.
Okay, that's fine.
I am planning on taking the city siege, though.
But I do. I love that fight where the breaking of the bat and he breaks the mask. I like
that. First of all, that's a fucking amazing scene.
Love that fight scene.
Let's not stand on ceremony here, Mr. Wayne. And I like how he's like, peace has cost you your strength. Victory has defeated you.
And then he hits a button.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And
then he hits a button. He gets a little shot of Venom.
Yeah, and then he hits a button. He gets a little shot of Venom.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm in. I like it.
Okay.
So okay, but we have to back up. Okay, we're not quite there yet. All right, so here we are. We're in the Dark Knight Rises. He goes to the circus and he's beating the shit out of people. I mean, like really, really. He's not answering the bat signal all the time with Gordon. Harvey Dent doesn't become Two Face in this, but he's there. Okay, and Bane comes to Gotham and he devises a way to take over the city, similar to what he did in the original version. Now, it doesn't have to be an invention of Wayne Tech. It can be whatever. Okay. There's be a nuclear bomb. They close the city down. They trap all the cops because he's working with Daggett. Okay. And the cops get trapped. Batman gets the shit kicked out of him real bad. And maybe when Batman comes back to defeat him, and he does, maybe in like movie 5 or 6, we get Nightfall. Okay, maybe then.
Now we're in a movie 5. We've doubled the Nolan trilogy now.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm trying to say about, like, that's the problem is they just shut it down. They just shut the fucking franchise down. They're like, all right, my friend, don't pull that switch. It'll be like dropping a bomb in the middle of the city.
Right.
Ghostbusters.
Right.
So,
right.
Long story short, here we enter in with Selina Kyle, and she is a burglar. We meet her with Bruce Wayne. He thinks that he wines and dines her. He takes her to the circus with him that night. So she's kind of her date. She is working for Bain. She knows a secret. And when we get to the very end of this movie, okay, after we see it go from this act to that, and we see Bain fight, we get the no man's land. We devise a way to get rid of the damn bomb because Batman's super smart. He doesn't need anybody's help, but he gets Lucius Fox. All right, I'll buy that. Lucius Fox helps him. And Catwoman, we're going to call her Catwoman, okay? No more of this Selina Kyle bullshit. Calling her Catwoman.
Let's call people by their proper names, please.
No, they got a real problem not calling this. They're doing it in this movie, too. Look at the side of the toy. Selina Kyle. Doesn't say Catwoman on it at all.
I buy that one.
So we get the bomb done, and we shut the cops free. We got that march, and Batman and what's his name, Bane. They just have it out, and he's Venom style, straight up. He's what you want to see, and like the middle of what Gotham's like Times Square would be, and Bane already knows he's lost the bomb. Batman's dropping cluster bombs on his face. All right, go ahead. How does Batman win this fight? Because he's got to win. He's got to humiliate Bane.
He's got to humiliate Bane. So
he's got to give Bane enough reason to come back and break his back.
Oh. So he has to emasculate him somehow. So how can you emasculate Bane to where he would hate him so bad? So that's the thing. You would have to emasculate him in some way. So he'd have to take away his power. So he'd have to devise a way to take away his venom from him.
Oh man, the animated series already sold this for us.
So yeah, so however the system is, like if it's just almost like a system, kind of like how Doc Ock's thing just attached right to his spine or something, maybe. Oh yeah, he can short circuit it that way. So almost like, Batman puts a little thing on his spine, so he literally just, yes, okay, now got it. So he basically puts so the venom distribution system is very similar to the way Doc Ock's is. So it runs up his spine. It's all metal, attached right in there. So he devises a thing that paralyzes Bane and emasculates him and takes his power. That's why when he comes back for retribution, he actually breaks his freaking back.
And I say he's still that Batman, that brutal Batman. He's still feeling the pain of losing Rachel Dawes. Now his city's just been on lockdown because of him. Uh, he humiliated him in a sewer fight. And once he's like paralyzed or whatever, this is not the fair Batman. This is bloody knuckles. I mean, like he beats the fuck out of him while he can't move.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they take him off to wherever they take him off to.
Yep. So
yeah.
let's put him on a flatbed truck and drive him right to Arkham.
That's right. And then Anne Hathaway will be around for part 4, and nobody goes to Italy. Alfred doesn't drink a burly branker.
He doesn't meet him at a little outdoor cafe.
That's right. That's right. And his leg's just fine. Yeah.
So
and then you get this. He had adopted Tim, or not Tim, he adopted Dick. And Alfred has been kind of taking care of him. Like you said, we see kind of, Dick's putting things together, but he's putting things together about what happened to his parents. He's starting to figure out about Zuko and all this stuff. And at the end, like we could do like a flash forward, just like they did in Dark Knight Rises, a flash forward.
Sure.
And one night,
yeah, you can jump a couple years. That's no problem.
Oh, or just a couple months down the road when the weather's better, and where the weather's better, and just the city is at back to what it was. Okay, and he sneaks out at night. He sneaks out at night to go track him down, and Batman catches him, takes him home, and says, "I want to know how bad you want him. Who are you?" There you go.
Right.
And then that leaves off for Robin.
Like it.
Yep. And then the credits roll, and we hear, "What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?" Wow, 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 wow.
So now we've extended it a little bit. We've taken one trilogy and made it into 2 trilogies, but we've based the second trilogy is going to be a lot more into them.
I've turned this into 4 trilogies.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be 12 movies. 12 movies. No Inception. No whatever the fuck else he did. Interstellar. No Tenet. He just makes Batman movies the rest of his life.
Him and Christian Bale. That's all you get, man.
Yeah, and if Christian Bale wants to step down, we traded out Bonds. Yeah, now, since that didn't happen, that's what I want with Pattinson.
Well, there, we fixed it. You're welcome.
Yeah, welcome. And now Matt Reeves is gonna make Batman movies the rest of his life.
We're starting off at year 2, so we got a long way to go, guys.
I'm getting real like prejudice, like with my diorama as I'm building it. Like, no, I'm like, okay, maybe I could use another. No, this is Batman characters only. And I won't let anybody else come in and play, except for Mick Spit. Like, I got him in an alleyway.
So, all right, that segue. Let's talk about toys.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife, I bought way too many toys today. Because I went to Walmart and they had all the toys. And I'm like, okay.
What do I do?
All right, let's start. First, did I show? I don't think I showed you. I don't know if I showed the people this last time. Was the Batman 66? This is your guy?
Yes, sir. Yes,
so this
sir.
is the platinum. No mask.
I've got a spot for him already.
So that's going to Adam. So I wasn't going to do this, but I said if they've got this figure, then I'll do this one. So
yes.
Yeah, I went
yes.
Yeah, I went The Dark Knight Returns. And I said I'm not gonna get it unless they've got this one too.
Greatest fucking Batman story ever told.
unless they got the Robin to go with it.
Yeah, Gary Kelly, what's up?
So
The first female Robin that we ever read about.
I love the glasses. I love the glasses
Hey, I don't
and the
shiv.
hair.
So you went Billy today.
Yeah.
You went Billy. Oh, the Batman, he nasty. He don't shiv. You see.
And plus they had, and because I saw a guy do this with one of the Batman, and it's the three Jokers Batman. I said, and you and I both said the same thing. It's like, you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's the Michael Keaton Batman.
I bought two. They showed up on my buddies today, so I'm painting one too.
So that, if you have, because we're in a McFarlane Facebook group where all what they do is talk about all McFarlane toys and what everybody's doing customizing, and this is one of the ones that a lot of people are just making into the Michael Keaton Batman, and as you can see why, because it's the closest to the Michael or the Tim Burton suit. So you just got to add a nice layer of paint on there, and Michael Keaton. And then for my friend,
Oh, you did it!
I
Fuck yeah!
I gotcha. I gotcha.
You are the man.
So that's the General Zod of the multiverse. So
May I say something?
sure.
I'm going to say this as two people. I'll kneel before you if it will save lives. It will, starting with your own. But there is one man on this planet who will never kneel before you. Who is this imbecile? Show him to me. Where is he? Superman! Help us, Superman! Come to me, Superman. I defy you. I love it.
And finally, the last piece.
No way.
Yeah. Like I
Get
said,
out of town.
I went big. I wasn't going to, and I saw it in person. I was like, that thing's pretty badass.
That is fucking awesome.
The 12-inch gold label, Robert Pattinson.
Did they paint it?
No, that's the platinum editions, don't you know?
Oh, the platinum. It is. That's cool, crazy. Man, did you see somebody on the Todd's Toys? He got an unpainted swamp thing and
oh, dude,
he lost his shit.
There's a lot of people like, and that's the thing people don't realize. Like, well, I didn't realize there's so many different ways that you can pre-order, and a lot of people from Amazon were getting the platinums. Now, if you don't know what the platinum, I don't think I've got any besides that Riddler, but they're literally just like gray and not painted. So if you see a McFarlane gray figure, that's what that is. That's the platinum edition. Now,
it takes balls to sell that at full price.
Now, if you want just the normal figure, you know, because you don't get an option like when you pre-order, you don't go, oh, I wanted just the standard one that's painted. No, like it's supposed to be like a good thing, but most people, like your average collector, is like, the hell am I gonna do with this? So they end up.
I know.
And it's funny because they had a platinum General Zod for it. I almost bought it for Adam, but he said, please no.
He said to you, I said, is that a General Zod? You're like, yes, and the platinum one. You mean the unfinished one? No, I don't want that one.
Right. So, but yeah, there's been a lot of people posting on the McFarlane page. They're like, freaking platinum bull crap. Now there's a bunch of people who are into customizing, but holy moly, that's a lot of work, especially golly for a swamp thing to have to paint a swamp thing.
Woo. I've seen a few good ones on that page though, of just
yeah,
standard swamp thing customized.
Oh yeah. See if no response from McFarlane because I got after McFarlane today because you know the pain because you've had figures that you've pre-ordered for months now that I've had in my hands. I've been playing with. I've customized, and you're like, yep, still waiting.
I
Whenever I get
canceled my whole
my,
3 Jokers.
whenever I get it, yeah.
Uh, I ordered the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn in August.
Well, that's why I would because I ordered the General Zod. I pre-ordered General Zod from Amazon, and it's like, oh, it'll be April. It's like, the hell's the point of pre-ordering if you're not at the top of the list?
I sent the most angry professional letter I possibly could. And I was like, this is not a pre-order if I can see it in stores.
That's what because I pre-ordered the Soul Crusher, Dark Redeemer, and Gunslinger Spawn with Gatling gun variants, and I pre-ordered that in November, and that said shipping in November, and then it went to shipping in December, and then it went to shipping in January, and now I'm like, look, I'm starting to see these guys pop up on the Todd page and the McFarlane page, and I haven't gotten one word from you guys about when it's supposed to be my dirty little mitts. And,
Mm-hmm.
It's, I don't understand I don't understand the point of doing a pre order if you're not getting it when the stores are getting it. So,
Yeah, pisses me off.
so what did you
I've
get
got
there?
I've got the Rob Pattinson Batman.
Nice.
I'll get it. Hold on. I'll be right back. Well, actually, wait. I'll be right back. After these messages, we'll be right back. I'm old and my legs feel like they're breaking.
And we'll be right back. So yeah, that haul was from Walmart. So if you are interested in any of the new Batman toys, check your local Walmart. Seems like they are getting uh some of their stuff first. I saw some people are getting them at Target, but I did not have very much luck at my Target. So go check out Walmart. Walmart and Target tend to be the big exclusives for McFarlane toys. So go check those guys out. And if you did pre-order like a lot of other people, God bless you, because Lord knows when you're gonna get it. So I also pre-ordered the She Spawn from Target. Still waiting. Starting to see some of those pop up on the McFarlane page. So starting to get a little antsy with that one. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we'll get an update for Target fairly soon. And then we'll go from there. And then hopefully I will be a happy camper. But the way things have been going lately, most likely not. So, oh, he's back.
All right. Sorry about that, folks.
That's fine. I was just complaining about She Spawn.
What are you complaining about?
Starting to see that pop up in McFarlane page 2.
Oh, you pre-ordered her, dude?
Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit. All right. Well, McFarlane Toys did send me a pre-order wave. I'll show you this first, though. This one did not come with it because this one's not supposed to be out yet. Whatever, last week. But I found this at our buddy's Sergeant Red's. It's the Penguin.
Oh yeah.
Very good Penguin figure.
Oh yeah. So
I mean,
they had that one today.
this was.
I'll tell you the one that I almost broke the bank on. I almost grabbed. They had a Black Adam too. I did not grab.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That shit's supposed to be out in like spring.
I mean,
I am fucking mad.
there's in all fairness, there was only one.
Yeah, Yeah, but it's not a pre-order if it's at the damn store.
Anyway,
Ships in April. It ships in April. That's what mine says.
I was anyway. Go on. Sorry, not to poop on it. Yep.
Definitely a different look for the Riddler, but here he is. This is going to be our Zodiac killer Riddler in this movie.
I'm very excited. I love the actor who plays him.
I do too. Paul Dano is fucking amazing. This takes balls to like do the Riddler like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then she's opened and posed, but we've got Catwoman, played by Zoe Kravitz.
AKA Selena Kyle.
Selena Kyle. Nothing wrong with Selena Kyle's name. I just don't understand. Like, you call people the Penguin, you call them the Riddler. Why are we afraid to call her Catwoman? I don't get it. Maybe she's just not fully actualized or something.
It's too sexist.
It's too sexist. The Bat Cycle.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and this got this stand here, works perfect.
Nice.
You know, in fact, I have another one of those like clear stands to put up like this. So when you see old Batman on it, it looks like he's just kind of, you know, pulling up and stuff.
Nice.
So that's pretty sweet. And the Battinson himself.
Now, does yours have where did you get that one from?
McFarlane Toys.
All right, because that one, there was the big issue with the back of the cowl. Because some people had one where there was nothing, and then there's like almost like
there's a hood.
Yeah, like a hood that goes around. A lot of people were getting those from Amazon. We're sending them back because they didn't like them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which makes me wonder, are those going to be like the rare ones in the future?
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he doesn't have that collar, but I don't care. He looks cool. I like him.
No, it looks great. I just know a lot of people are sending that one back. So.
Yeah, it's strange. But it looks like it also has the ears too. Like it's his cowl or something. I like that they went with long ears.
Yeah.
You know? This is, yeah. This guy looks like he's out to fight. So, and that's where to go. Well, I got the reverse flash too, but you know.
Yeah, but we're going into the Batman. So.
Yeah, we're going heavy bats.
So, all right, Adam.
Folks at home, this Mr. Freeze though. This is.
Oh yeah.
You know, let's take him out of the package.
Oh. Okay.
You know, because he's already open. I was like, "Where's my diorama piece?"
Take it off, big boy.
Yeah. It's a cool thing.
Look at that, just ripping right in there.
That's right. Did you ever see Batman Sub-Zero?
I think so.
One of the animated series movies, Mr. Freeze. It's pretty damn good.
If it's on HBO Max, then probably. I've tried to watch most of those on there. And Mr. Freeze is one of my favorite rogues, if you will.
Oh yeah.
Say it. I'm just waiting for them to actually do it properly in a damn movie.
I think we get Mr. Freeze next week in the Dark Knight or the Bright Knight Chronicles.
Oh yeah.
This is a first season. I think it's a Lorenzo Semple show that was written. It's good, man. He's a bastard. So, bear with me, guys. This is an older figure, so it's twist ties. The newer ones come with those like rubbery things, but this is like, you know, straight up out of the beginning of the last decade. Yeah. Mathematical mind games, I like to call them. tell us something, Nick, while we wait.
It's all you.
It's all me, huh?
Yeah, so hey, let's talk about our social media. So we are on Facebook and Instagram. On Instagram, we are at the escape, the_escape_ podcast, and at Facebook, we are just the Escape Podcast. Check it out. We are gonna start having merch very soon. Got in contact with a t-shirt company, so we will be having shirts and other types of things. So if you want to support the show, I've already got some people lining up to get some shirts from us, so to help support the show. Yep.
Great.
So
that's exciting news.
And
thank you.
And they live outside of my house, so
and they live outside.
They're not just family; they're actually people who are looking to support the show. So thank you very much, and thank you to everybody who likes and subscribes. We love you. We appreciate all the help. Because anybody who knows how, especially YouTube works, got to subscribe and like and share and watch all the shows and get all that. So anybody who puts up with listening or watching to us, God bless you. Thank you. And if you do like what we're doing, please keep liking the shows and tell your friends. Yeah, so how's that going there, Abby?
Yeah, it's just one hanging on now.
Oh, okay.
Get it. Yeah, I think we got the best fans.
I think so. Oscillating. Oscillating's the best fans. They go back and forth.
I was talking about people who watch our show.
Oh, I thought you were talking like favorite fans.
Oscillating. I was like, what? Like they're coming in and out all the time.
Sorry, dad humor.
All right.
Dad jokes. Not funny.
Most people started telling me you tell dad jokes. I'm like, what? The fuck is a dad joke? No idea. You know? Why don't you just tell me I'm telling bad jokes? You know, we could just go there.
Yeah, just tell me I'm not funny. Let's move on.
Right. He's got some sweet guns. And he's got some sweet freeze grenades. But it's a good figure, dude. And you're gonna have one of these too. I got one coming for you. You either get this one or the other one.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought it was strange that there was no helmet, but then I thought back to the 66. And I'm like, they don't have a helmet over them there either. It's a freeze collar.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to be right back.
Your words are benign to me. My feelings are not, not there. I don't know. They're icy cold because he's Mr. Freeze. And this is sweet. Very sweet. I like this figure. These guys at Diamond Select, they really do a job, you know. Also picked up an Alfred from Diamond Select. He's these are all from the show Gotham. What can I see here? So Alfred's cool. So I've got this whole diorama set up out in my living room with the Bruce Wayne study kind of a thing. And I have the Shakespeare helmet and I have the bat phone on there.
Sorry about that.
And so what I think, hey, Nick, welcome back. And so I had this desk made out of floor tile and paper. I replaced it this week with a nice wooden desk. So it's all like about that big, all 1/12 scale. But this came with Alfred too. So now I've got this fireplace entrance to the Batcave. It's just all one piece. I mean, it's for your imagination, but I guess that's how they do it. Yeah, that's how they do it in the show Gotham. And you know what, man? I really ought to give that show a chance, a better chance, you know? So.
Yeah, I only made it into like the first couple seasons, but
what was it like? I was all right or what?
It's good. I'm just terrible at watching TV shows.
Uh, you are not alone.
All right, and let's move on to what we're reading.
I'm not reading anything.
So,
Sorry.
no, it's fine.
I'm working like 90,000 hours and doing the show, and I have some other things I'm responsible for. But I am watching something when you're ready for that.
Okay. So, reading King Spawn and Gunslinger Spawn.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Good reads. Nice and twisted how I like it. Now, unfortunately, oh, and I think I mentioned this before, but I'm not sure. Scorched #1. I just picked up Scorched #2. So we'll see how the story continues there. So I picked up a couple oddball ones just randomly. I picked up Deathstroke Inc. 1 and 2. Kind of so far. Kind of
Okay.
I'm going to grab one more issue just to see, but kind of nothing.
Who's the writer?
Let's see. This is Williamson and Porter. So, Joshua Williamson is the writer, Howard Porter, and the art's okay. But here's the thing: little things that like this book. All right, so you see, that face right there.
Yeah.
So it kind of always looks like everybody's got a smushed face. Like it's always got that look to it, and I'm like, that's weird. And I just one of those weird things. Like, okay, that's not liking that. So, but I'm gonna give it one more issue and see how it goes. But I'm still reading Becoming Swamp Thing. Holy crap! This thing is getting so good. I just got into the point where now, looks like a couple issues that he's doing with Poison Ivy. And interacting with her and the Green. And so we'll see there. But I am just like, you get some of this stuff and you're like, holy moly, that's good stuff. And it's just like the completely different take on some of the things, because it's a different Swamp Thing. It's not Alec Holland, but in an issue or two, he interacts with Alec Holland, so he kind of brings everything full circle. And I want to say, I think Batman shows up in a couple issues of this. So at least Amanda Waller does. So I'm totally cheating right now, but oh no, it's King Swamp Thing. Oh boy, yeah boy.
Hey, they should make an Amanda Waller action figure.
They should make an Amanda Waller action figure. Amanda Waller is an awesome character. I mean, she's one of those. You love to hate her, but holy crap, she's a great character.
Yep. I was so mad when they killed her off in Arrow.
Yeah, no, a lot of things are like, why would you do that?
I know why they did it. They did it because they had an Amanda Waller for the big screen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
So, but we did get a very, very special book in Adam, and this is Night of the Chihuahuas.
Okay.
And this is from it's from Pork Chop Express. This is issue #1. And we actually had someone reach out to us on Instagram and say, hey, would you guys be interested in reviewing my book? I said, absolutely.
We sure would.
I freaking love it. So I'm not going to open it right now just because I don't want to get my grubby fingers all over it. But
because you're respectful of the comic
because
book
I'm respectful.
To this day.
Yeah. So
any comic book, man, I don't want to touch it if my hands are messed up. And I don't care if it looks like a bad comic where it's just It's a comic. I love it.
Yeah, so I actually was messaging back and forth, and it said, "Hey, uh, would you want to come on the show? After we're ready, after we check it out, really dig deep into it." So it might have a guest artist slash writer on there, and I love the tagline of the Night of the Chihuahuas. God made them small but mad, but man made them deadly. So
I got a feeling that's going to be a very entertaining book.
I'm 100% looking forward to it, and they are
Yeah.
on Instagram at Night of the Chihuahuas, all one word. So if you want to follow them, and actually, for fun, I'm gonna bring up one of their time lapses that they did, and as you can see, it's a take on Jaws, where they have a Chihuahua uh, coming up.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So if you get a chance, pull that up. Go check those guys out. They're obviously an independent creators. Go check them out. Go buy a book. Go buy a couple books. Go buy all the books. I don't care. But if you really love comics, then you've got to support your local and independent guys. So go check them out. Night of Chihuahuas. It looks like it's going to be a really fun read, and I can't wait to really dig into it and hopefully talk to the creator very soon. So check that out or keep a eye out for that. So, but other than that, Adam, I think it is time for us to wrap it up. No, let's do this real quick. No, we're watching. What are you watching, Adam? Sorry.
Pam and Tommy
Pam and Tommy still.
on Hulu. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I brought it up last week. Only 2 episodes left after this week. It's freaking good.
Yeah,
It's good.
I'm still watching Reacher. I got 2 more episodes of Reacher. I'm really enjoying in that. So go check that out. That's on Prime Time. Pam and Tommy is on Hulu. So
And if you're interested in what his last name, Alan Rickson.
Alan Richson. So
Okay,
that
yeah,
that
he's on.
that guy's blowing up. That guy's gonna be at the next big.
He's on Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. It's a podcast. Great.
Oh, and Adam froze. So not sure if we lost Adam there again, like we did at the beginning. But yeah, Adam froze up. So unfortunately, looks like that's gonna be a good place to call it. So thanks a lot, guys, for joining us. And Adam is still frozen, but I know he wants to say thanks for all the subscribers and everybody that supports us. Thanks so much, and we're gonna dance by myself. So. Good night, America.